go!
It's time for TSS Fantasy.
It is Commissioner Cooper.
I could do a whole 49ers show right now.
Ready to rock out with my gavel out?
Oh yeah, baby!
Don't sleep on my Patriots, you know.
And we're ready for football. That's
Joe Burrow with this wrist, I'm curious.
I find you guilty of all charges.
and although you assisted force in this
Please develop some really great chemistry.
DJ Chuck Bass.
This guy has been doing it ever since coming off.
I hope you like the way I pimped
He's
you out.
84 targets in all three of the class.
He scored a touchdown this year.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and you're waking up with TSS Fantasy.
Yeah!
It's a scary good time for us today. This is our Week 8 Halloween edition. So we're all excited today. We won't see you, obviously, prior to Halloween. So we had to give you some Halloween fun today. Let's get things started, of course, by paying the bills. If you are going on to some DFS plays today, go to Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code TSS. We're going to double that deposit up to $100. Can't get no better than free money. Also, if you're looking for some championship bling for your fantasy champion, look no further than Pro-Am belts. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, do us a solid. Hit subscribe, hit like, get a comment in. Get your lineup questions in. We're here to answer them for you. I'm glad you're here to waking up with us. Little things stopping you from doing it. Big things popping for us when you do. So we do appreciate it. All right. Our injury expert is a little scared to get up this morning. So he'll be in here in a minute. But while we wait, we're going to talk about some weather.
It's time for the weather report.
All right. Well, today, weather-wise, we're pretty good. There's a couple of little games that, might be impacted. But as far as kickers and quarterbacks, you don't need to be concerned about. Titans at Lions today, Colts at Texans, Saints at Chargers, and Chiefs at Raiders, all inside a dome. So you are good to go. We'll start with Ravens at Browns. 56 degrees, clear skies, winds are 3 miles an hour. So nice weather there. Cardinals at America's team, the Miami Dolphins, 81 degrees actually today, mostly cloudy. Winds are about 14 miles an hour, so a little bit windy. Don't see it affecting too much in this one. Jets at the Patriots, 49 degrees. Ugh, partly cloudy. Winds are at 81, 8 miles an hour. Jets at Patriots. I think I just said that and it made me throw up. Falcons at Bucks. 82 degrees, mostly cloudy. Winds are 7 miles an hour. Eagles at Bengals, 59 degrees, clear skies. Winds are 5 miles an hour. Packers at Jags, 83 degrees, partly cloudy. Winds are at 6 miles an hour. Bills at Seahawks. So this was one of them that might be impacted. 56 degrees. Says definite showers in this matchup, and winds are right at that little mark that you want to start noting at 15 miles an hour. So might be some weather impacts in the Bills Seahawks matchup. Bears at Commanders, 59 degrees, clear skies, winds are 3 miles an hour. Panthers at Broncos, 75 degrees, mostly cloudy, winds are at 2 miles an hour. Cowboys at 49ers tonight, 64 degrees, slight chance of rain, but winds are at 13 miles an hour. And then for the Monday night, I don't even know if I call it delight, Giants at Steelers, 56 degrees, mostly cloudy. Winds are at 6 miles an hour. So that's your weather report for today. Did we lose somebody while I was talking, Justin? Where'd fantasy go? He already took off already?
I think he froze. And then something like that. I think he might be restarting.
Well, you know why he did that? Because we got ultimate DFS lineups coming up, so he's probably just running scared.
We should all run scared.
So the show must go on, and let's just get pumped up and do it. Let's talk some ultimate DFS lineups. Before we do that, however, we got a scary presentation from our boy Fourth and Flex podcast, bringing you his Flex starts of the week.
It's time for Bandy's Flex Starts of the Week. What is happening, my people? It's your boy Bandy from the Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast with another exciting episode of Bandy's Flex Starts of the Week. Yes, sir. Got some good ones for you, man. Your boy from the Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast. Okay, check us out everywhere you can find us. But today I've got some people for you that are going to help your team out. Maybe you're not doing so hot. You need a couple guys to kind of slide in there, get those extra points. Let's go right now, okay? We'll start with my team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who, man, things are looking pretty rough over there. But there is a saving grace, at least for your fantasy team there. It's going to be Sterling Shepard, a guy that came from the practice squad. Now, he's going to be the guy, I believe, in Tampa Bay, man. Watch for him and Baker to be working together, and go ahead and throw him in your flex spot this week. Moving on to the next guy on my list, a guy that, might be a strange flex for you, to be completely honest. Normally, this guy would be up at the top as your wide receiver as your running back 1 or running back 2. But as of lately, Najee Harris has been sliding down to your running back or flex spot or RB3, depending on your league settings. But I'm telling you what, Najee Harris put together a couple solid games. I think he's going to put together another one for you this week. Moving on to the last guy on the list, man. Russell Wilson is in Denver. I know. He took over the reins. Looked pretty good, actually, to be completely honest, man. And I think you can look for Cortland Sutton in your flex spot this week. Is going to do you some favors. Guys, don't forget to check out Fourth and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast right here on YouTube and everywhere.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
So Bandy had a little bit of too much Halloween candy.
Threw us a curveball on that one.
I know. What's funny is, usually he gets that in me kind of early. He got that kind of late in, and I just didn't have time to tell him to edit it. Sorry, bro. We got to roll with it. All right. Well, Bry has arisen. And listen, there's no more scarier news than injuries right now. So I'll have LeDuc and Bry take us inside the medical tent for this Sunday morning. Let's check it out.
A.J. Dillon just went into the medical tent a moment ago.
Mr. Mallard limited this week with an asthmatic cough still.
Well, you sound better, though. You sound better than you did on Friday.
You should have heard me like a half hour ago. It was bad. But I'm doing good right now. But someone who, and there goes the camera. Maybe I'm not doing good right now. We're gonna push through it though. Okay. Somewhere I want to start though. Travis Etienne looking like.
No, you're
that's
good.
An ad. It's an ad playing. Okay, well, Jesus Christ.
You're good. You're good.
Travis Etienne looking like a long shot to play for the Jags today. This one is close to my heart personally because I have Tank Bigsby on my bench. I might now slide Bigsby up over Chase Brown to start as my running back 2 this week in my home league. So, but does it seem accurate? Etienne being a long shot to play. He seemed like he played through injury last week and might need a week off now.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Dealing with the hamstring issue, he was limited in practice, but they were not so optimistic that he'll be ready. It sounds like he's going to be a true game time decision. The problem is that Tank Bigsby was he a little banged up too? He might have had a little bit of an issue, but I think that might be the safer play here.
Yeah, I believe Bigsby is cleared. Last I checked, let me double check. When I checked last night, I think, he does not have an injury designation right now. So he should be good to go. And he's looked good when needed to carry the role, the load and step in there. Deebo Samuel, the pneumonia, we talked about him on Friday. It's now come out this morning. He's expected to play today. Do you expect there to be any type of limit to his play this week because of the pneumonia? Or you said that on Friday you don't seem to be too concerned about the pneumonia. Is that still the case?
I'm not. I think he'll play. However, he's been as the 49ers have been all season, he's also been a little bit shady about whether or not he's actually going to play.
I know.
Even though he's carrying a questionable tag, they are optimistic that he should be ready to go. However, the head coach Shanahan was like, we haven't really pushed him much during practice, even though he was limited. So could be a true game time decision. I'm not so sure this is going to really keep. I mean, they're desperate for this guy to be on the field, so I think we're going to see him.
I think so too, and I think he's the type that he can push through this and still produce. A quick couple of kind of lightning rounds here. That expected to play. Jacoby Myers is expected to play this week. Lad McConkey now expected to play. Zay Flowers expected to play. Are you worried about any of these three guys, producing this week, or should they full clear to go?
So out of those three, Zay Flowers is probably the most questionable one. Sounds like they're really going to have him do a pregame workout to determine whether or not he's actually good to go, dealing with an ankle issue. He didn't get much practice time in this week. So that's the only one of those three that I would kind of caution you about. But there have been a few other players that have been downgraded since I last did an update on Friday, including Tyjae Spears. He's actually been downgraded to out, so he's officially out. Jawan Jennings officially out. DK Metcalf doubtful, so I don't think we're going to see him. Derek Carr doubtful, we're not going to see him. And then Deontay Johnson also downgraded to out since I last did an update on Friday. So.
Yeah, a lot of big news. The only other one I have right now is George Kittle is expected to play. So once again, another team that needs a pass catcher to come through. I think there was no doubt that he was going to see the field this weekend, considering the state that they're in. But that pretty much is going to run. Do you have anyone else? Or that's my whole list. I think everyone seems to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, the only other one would probably be Taysom Hill. A lot of people ask me about Taysom Hill this week. Yeah, that's sounds like he should be back in the lineup and ready to go after those rib injuries. So yeah, other than that, I think we've covered pretty much everybody else. And Jaden Daniels, he was a big question mark too. I'm not so sure we're going to see him. We'll have to. He might actually be another true game time decision.
That's right. I thought we mentioned him, but you're right. Last I checked this morning, it was around 3:40. I think the news came out that signs are pointing to him playing. Is quote the exact quote that they said.
I haven't seen these signs. Maybe they're out there somewhere.
I would say I don't really trust when a team says signs pointing to. That seems sketchy to me. So keep an eye out. There's definitely some game time decisions you need to watch today. Jaden Daniels, Travis Etienne, and T. Higgins. I think you mentioned as well. So. But that's going to do it for us here. I'm Andrew LeDuc, Mr. Mallard. Brian, thank you as always. We're going to hear from NeuroGuard, and then we're going to get right back into the show.
Dr. Michael Hutchison has harnessed the latest in neuromuscular dentistry and impact technology to develop a mouthguard that does more than protect. It enhances. NeuroGuard Plus isn't just a mouthguard. By focusing on the jaw's physiological position, it provides an added layer of neuroprotection, significantly reducing the risk of sports-related neurological injuries. All athletes should be using a custom mouthguard designed to their bite position. NeuroGuard Plus was created as a means to maintain your physiological jaw position regardless of your bite. The appliance is designed to optimize your upper-lower jaw relationship to improve your strength, your balance, your oxygen intake, and drastically lower your chance of a concussion. Independent studies have shown that the NeuroGuard Plus will provide you with improvement to both upper and lower body strength. The same improvements were not present with a common mouthguard. Over 6,500 athletes have used the NeuroGuard Plus. Dr. Hutchison is happy to say that the amount of diagnosed concussions is 0.2%. The NeuroGuard Plus offers athletes, coaches, and parents an advantage to keep their players safe on the field. If you or your child actively participates in athletics, they need to be protected from the dangers of repetitive head trauma. Get your NeuroGuard Plus mouthguard today. Click on the link and use code ILP Sports for 10% discount on your purchase.
I know someone down in Miami better be wearing that NeuroGuard today. All right, let's get it started with some ultimate DFS lineups.
The power of the Ultimate Warrior.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to start out a little different. Let's start out with our jobber today of last week, and it was a tough week for everyone, but someone in particular had a pretty tough week, and there he is. It's our boy Greg. Ew,
bro.
73 points. 73. Matt Stafford. 5 fucking points. Jeez, oh please. Just a really bad week for Mr. Greg out of all of us at least. But like I said, it was a tough week all the way around. If you've seen,
bro, you suck.
just if you looked
Sure
at
about that, Fred? You sure? Okay.
If you're in your normal fantasy leagues, you saw points were just down last week. A lot of people getting injured, just some bad stuff going all around. But Greg, this week, my friend, I mean, put a fork in him. He is done. Let's go to the next jobber, which wasn't too far off. Mr. LeDuc, our guy that's been the man so far this season, also struggling. I also went with Jameson Williams, so I felt your pain in that edition. Slayton, I'm done bringing him up. Like, geez, oh, please, guys had so many opportunities and just not. I believe I heard a stat about him being number 1 in drops as well this year. So yeah, not suggesting Darius Slayton for the rest of the year. So yeah, a little bit of a struggle.
0.6. You suck.
But the Bengals D came through, so there you go. Let's look at Justin's. He was next, got 94, and starting to get up there. Geno Smith had a decent day. Bijan as well. Devonta Smith. Look at that. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Just tough all the way around. Now for our Intercontinental Champion, it is Freddie.
They only hit 100. They hit 100. Shut up, Fred.
Intercontinental Champion of the world.
Christian Watson, again, I don't know why he went with the Patriots D. That was kind of silly. So yeah, other than that, let's get to the champ is here. Somebody who actually hit 100 points, but it
was so sad.
It was Baker Mayfield that really slayed the day for me. Again, I felt the pain with Jameson Williams as well. Chris Godwin, obviously, with the big injury at the end of the game, thankfully, I guess, because then at least I got a little bit from him. So, with that said,
and his name is John C.
All right, so since you want some real DFS advice, that's 2 weeks in a row. I'll just bring that up to light. Here he is. The champ is here for this week. This is my lineup, liking Kirk Cousins against Tampa. We saw how porous this Tampa D is all the way around, but 31st against fantasy QBs at $6,200, not a bad play. Devonta Williams, very good play today against Carolina, dead last against running backs, only 6,000, so I like it. And I spent my money this week on Breece Hall. Like, I've been hammering the Jets because basically, like I said, they've been this team that's built to run the football. And hopefully, we've talked about that earlier in the season with the Ravens and the Eagles. Like, use the guys that are there. And Breece Hall, hopefully they'll get a lot of usage today, because the Patriots are 30th against fantasy running backs. Pretty soft indeed. T. Higgins, I like in this matchup. Philly fantasy receivers. Jalen Waddle today from America's team. What a cheap play. $5,400 against the Cardinals, who are 25th against fantasy receivers. I went with Trey Tucker here just because, the Raiders have to throw the football, even though I know it's a tough matchup. KC's 4th against receivers, but, they're going to have to throw. And who else are they going to throw it to other than Brock Bowers? Someone else has got to do something. So I think it might be Trey Tucker's day. Let's go into Njoku, right? Geez, oh, please. Baltimore's 28th against fantasy tight ends. And again, who else are they going to throw it to? We're going back to that. Darnell Mooney is my little combo with Kirk Cousins. Again, 28th against fantasy receivers are the Atlanta Falcons. And then gotta love Chargers D against this reeling Saints offense, 26 overall in the league. And they're at 3,300 this week. So I like it. All right, Fred, we're going to you for the next one. Talk about your ultimate DFS lineup.
Yeah, so I went with Patrick Mahomes this week. If I remember correctly, in the offseason, the Raiders made that joke about him with the Kermit the Frog thing. He said he's going to get him. So today's his first chance and crack at him. So we'll see if he does well. I went with I spent a little extra money on Jacobs and Montgomery just because, I really don't have you play the running back position as much. And I think they're both going to have phenomenal weeks this week. But I really want to talk about Tyreek Hill. This man has been waiting for his quarterback to come back. I think since Tua will play, I think he's going to have a great day today. Just having Tua back. I may not like Tua, but he seems to love him. So I put DeAndre Hopkins. I thought 4,900 was a really nice cheap play, especially him going over to Kansas City. Now get that little combo going on. The Patriots just suck. I know the Jets sucks, but they suck more than the Jets. So Garrett Wilson should have a decent day.
We'll find out today.
We'll find out today. I've been riding with McBride for quite a while now, and he's been steady putting up points every week. So I'm just going to keep riding with McBride. I was running out of money here by then. So I figured Kate, since with everybody going down in Tampa Bay, that he would be a good option for Baker Mayfield. And I forgot, let me see who the Saints are playing. Why did I pick the Saints? I think I was totally out of money, and they were my best option.
The Chargers on the road.
They play the Chargers on the road. Hey, but listen, I think the Saints will do well for $2,600. Just get me a few points, and I'm happy.
I like it. All right, let's go to Justin. There's a few lineups I like this week. This is definitely one of them. Justin, what you say? Talk about your ultimate DFS lineup.
Yeah, so kind of like what Freddie said. Like Patrick Mahomes said, it'll be settled when it gets settled, and that's one guy you do not want to piss off. So with DeAndre Hopkins added to the lineup, I think Patrick Mahomes just kind of makes the Las Vegas Raiders' day real miserable. And I'm banking on Breece Hall putting up a back-to-back performance this week, especially considering he already put up 18 points on that miserable Patriots defense. So I'm banking on that. I'm banking on Hunt also having, another decent day on the ground. He's done well against good teams. Now he doesn't have a really good team in front of him. Hopefully he can continue his streak of 20 points in a row going. And then we got Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, the cheetah is back, baby. Come on, dude. We need the cheetah to be back. It feels weird with Tyreek Hill only scoring like 10 points in the past 4 games. It doesn't feel right. I need that taste wiped out of my mouth. Cedric Tillman on the other side. I like Cedric Tillman at the value. 3,300 for the probably number 1 wide receiver for Jameis Winston. Jameis loves to throw the deep ball. This is your deep ball threat right here. I love the value, especially against the Ravens, who have not been good at all against wide receivers. Then Xavier Worthy, that's just my little pairing with Patrick Mahomes. I'm hoping Xavier Worthy can go off for 2 touchdowns today. That's a hope and a prayer in a couple leagues. Mark Andrews at tight end. Sorry about that burp. And then, hey, if I can get Mark Andrews at $400, that'd be amazing. But $4,000, I'll take that. And then, David Njoku. Oh my God, dude's got last 6 games, guys. David Njoku. So, caveat: last 6 games with no Deshaun Watson. He's got 5 touchdowns and over 490 yards. Let's see. Jameis Winston, no Deshaun Watson on the field. Let's see if he can continue to replicate that plan. And then I was able to save enough money to get probably the best defense out there. Broncos against a pitiful Bryce Young-led Panthers.
Yeah, trouble indeed. Justin dressed up as Homer Simpson apparently this year. All right, let's go, LeDuc. Let's talk about your ultimate DFS lineup.
Yeah, so I liked Freddie and Justin's lineup a lot. It's making me question my own here, but I still do like mine because I like attacking that Falcons Tampa game. I think even with Tampa Bay reeling at wide receiver, I think Baker's just going to throw the ball all over the field, including to all 3 of his running backs. So I like Kirk Cousins. This is going to be a bit of a shootout, I think, and pairing him with Drake London. Drake London is their chain mover. I know Darnell Mooney has been involved in some big plays, but Drake London, I think, is going to have all the receptions that he needs to hit the value. Brian Thomas, once again, I've been riding him all year. I know he's not getting a ton of yards, but he's getting the end zone. He's getting the touchdown, so I'm going to expect another one out of him there. I do believe, actually, Alan Lazard's not playing now. I think he's actually out, so this is already off to a bad start. But I forgot to send it to you, but in replacement there, I'm going to actually slide in Demario Douglas because there's no one else better at that area, even though I don't love that matchup. But Demario Douglas, I'm going to slide in there. I think he's 4,300. Brian Robinson Jr., I know Jaden Daniels questionable. It's real iffy to play there. We'll see what happens. So I think regardless whether he plays or not, Brian Robinson's going to get a lot of touches today. I think he's going to get a lot of check down passes. So I like Brian Robinson in that game. And then I agree with Kamish with the Javonte Williams. The matchup is too good. He's starting to look a lot better. I think he's on the rise. Cade Otton, for the same reasons, he's going to be a top option in Tampa. And I'm also, once again, still attacking that game for the points. Chargers defense against that New Orleans team. And then I'm hoping I'm not wrongfully riding the DeAndre Swift point bonanza he had last week. So DeAndre Swift with a shot and a prayer.
I like it. All right, let's go on to Greg, our jobber. And I apologize. Normally I clean you up into the next week, but here's I left you all.
Really making me go last cool. Like, wow.
All right, my bad. All right, let's go on to this week. All right, let's see what you got this week.
Listen, I love Jordan Love against Jacksonville. They're 32nd, which is almost dead last against the pass, against fantasy quarterbacks. So I'm going to ride with Jordan Love. I also like the matchup with Kareem Hunt. Since he's been back in Kansas City, he's been getting the ball and leading the running backs in red zone touches. So definitely love him against the Raiders. Javonte Williams, like everybody else said, love the matchup against Carolina, and he's been on the rise. So I've got him in my lineup. Calvin Ridley, I like him in my flex because who else does Tennessee have to pass to? And Mason Randolph is a little bit of an upgrade over Will Levitt. So I like Calvin Ridley to lead the team in targets over there. I messaged Coop about Juwan Jennings when I got the update. So I want to sub him out for Sterling Shepard for Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. You know, he's going to get the targets, the looks in Tampa with Baker Mayfield. I love George Pickens now with Russell Wilson under center for the Steelers. I think he's going to have a huge game against the Giants. The Giants are ranked in the middle against wide receivers, but I think Pickens will get the majority of looks there. DJ Moore against I forgot who they're playing, but I like DJ Moore.
and that's why you look beat up.
Listen, whatever, Freddie. I like Kyle Pitts. He's been on the rise since the last couple of weeks. And, of course, the Niners defense. I think that's the most solid, healthy unit for the 49ers. So I think they'll perform well today.
Yeah, 49ers always a solid play, no matter what, for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we got to win some money today. And the guy that usually is out in the back smoking weed, giving us prop bets, decided to scare us with a live presence today. So let's bring him in, Eric, and some prop bets. What is up, my dude? Welcome in.
Good morning. Hey.
Love it that you're here live with us today. Nothing more scarier than seeing that face earlier in the morning, just playing with you.
No, ask my child. She'll confirm.
Well, I gotta look at these four, so it's actually an upgrade. All right, my brother, tell me this week what good prop bets are we winning some money with?
Well, it's a holiday weekend. It's a double holiday weekend, really. It's Halloween coming up, and it's National Tight Ends Day. So how about a Dalton Schultz touchdown? This is a classic case if you think the monster's dead, but he's just resting his eyes. Legend has it, once every 23 targets, Dalton Schultz gets to eat, and we're overdue by about 10. So he gets in the end zone today. How about Kenneth Walker, over 25.5 receiving yards? We have to just keep taking the receiving yards against this Bills defense. Two things we can be sure of. The stoner kid you thought was dead is going to come back and save everybody, and you can throw the ball to your running backs against the Buffalo Bills. And then we got about a defensive prop. Jameis, we love Jameis, but he's a bit simple. He's not the smartest. He's the type that's going to run into the barn of butcher knives instead of the running car. Kyle Hamilton, Mensa member, a.k.a. Genius, is going to have traps laid all over the field for him. And who does he run to when he's in trouble? David Njoku. Who's going to be on David Njoku when that ball arrives? 6'4", 250-pound Kyle Hamilton. Interception plus 460? Are you kidding me? And then this whole weekend is just about getting the blood flowing, right? So how about Tucker Kraft 2 touchdowns? Now, I would recommend you take the 1 touchdown just so you don't get burned. But imagine the heart-pumping excitement of the second half when he gets that one in the first half.
Ooh, that's a big one right there. I like that.
I've also compiled a Halloween-themed underdog entry if you're interested in something like that.
Let's hear it.
We got Devonta Drink Your Blood Smith over 55.5 receiving yards. The BTJ killer, Brian Thomas Jr., hiding in plain sight, over 58.5 receiving yards. And how do you kill these things? Sterling Shepard, teammate of Baker Mayfield. All we need is 30 receiving yards out of this dude. And for protection, Nick Cross, higher than 2 assisted tackles. That's going to give us 10 times our money. That's a lot of candy, boys.
I love it. Like, give me a sugar rush to start this day. Appreciate you, Eric. Where can we follow, subscribe, get all your great content, my brother?
I am at PSR Host Guy. You can find our resurrected podcast at PSR The Show. We're going to start doing Patriot Sports Radio every single week because the world needs us more than ever.
Yeah, what have you guys been waiting on? Like, I just saw you guys the other day. I was like, hey, what's going on over there?
Yeah, it's like a fling we're trying to rekindle and come back stronger than ever.
I love it. All right, my brother.
The world is too crazy. We have to be able to say what we think.
I absolutely. That I totally am behind. Absolutely. So go follow Eric, get all of his great stuff. Love seeing you live in studio. Love seeing the videos every week. We appreciate all your contributions to our show, my brother. Have a great holiday and Halloween.
Anything I can do to help, happy Halloween to you boys.
We'll see you next week. All right, guys, let's get on and let's do some picks.
We're on a mission, guys. We're on a mission, guys.
Oh, and right on time. Look who decided to join us. Good morning, Bill. Appreciate you joining us, especially for Bill versus Fred picks of the day. All right, let's go. Let's talk about last week. And look who's making a little run. Mr. Greg, who's been sitting in the back all year long, is back on top again, making his late season run. And Justin, what happened? What is going on? I mean, get a little bit of that gin and juice in the morning. All right, so on to Halloween week. Here's our records for the week, or for the year, I'm sorry. And LeDuc and I are still reigning supreme. Fred is in the middle, and look who got out of the bottom, our boy Greg. And now who's in the bottom, our devilish co-host Justin.
Why does Freddie look like that?
I think
Freddie looks creepy.
Did AI give me a ponytail too? Like, what the fuck?
I think Justin's loss record is a little bit off by 10. I think he got 42 losses, not 52.
Okay, whatever. Shut up, Fred. Jesus, please. Of all people, you're
collusion.
Make it very scary for Halloween.
That was scary as shit.
All right, let's go on to our first matchup. Jacksonville at the Packers. Packers are 5. I'm sorry, my bad. Other way around. Packers at Jacksonville. Packers lead this series 5-2. Last time they played was in 2020. Packers won 24-20. They've won 3 in a row. Packers are favored by 4. The over-under is 49. LeDuc, who you like and why?
I got the Packers here. I think I like their defense. So what's nice about the Packers defense is they get turnovers. I know they give up yards. I know they give up some points, but I think their defense is gonna still be able to do good while the other guys are gonna be able to get some fantasy points. So give me the Packers.
All right, so we got a lot of hammers today. It might be a really short show if I just have one person do it. So we'll do 2 for the hammers. Fred, give me the reason why Packers win today.
Because they're better than Jacksonville. That's my analysis, baby. Jacksonville is terrible.
Hammer it down. We all like the Packers today. Although Jacksonville showed a little bit of life in London, maybe a little bit of that going on.
Everyone has life against the Patriots. It's fine.
It's true. I'm just trying to throw it out there. It's always even Sunday, as they say.
Analyst. That was the best analogy we
You're
gave
so much
all
nicer when the
season, Fred. Best all season.
Let's go to the matchup of the day. The Arizona Cardinals at America's team, the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins lead the series 10-3. Last time they played was in 2020. The Dolphins won 34-31. They've won 2 in a row. Dolphins are favored by 4. The over-under is 46. Greg, who you like and why?
Ooh. I hate the Dolphins. I can't stand the Dolphins. I need them to lose. And I think Kyler Murray's going to have a great game. Dolphins defense hasn't been that great, but I like Kyler Murray. They've been all right. They ain't been all right. But I like Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison to get on point. And let me ask, what the line looks like with Tua getting another concussion? I want to place a bet.
That's evil. Evil on our Halloween show, Greg.
Damn, bro.
That was really
over
evil.
Under 3.5 games.
Over
under 3.5.
Over under 2 plays. How about that?
So can I? The ironic thing is, here's what's funny. I have season tickets, as we know. My son and I were supposed to go down. And I asked him last night, because he was at a carnival. I was like, hey, ready to go to the game. And he's like, yeah, I don't mind, but I'm a little scared and nervous. And I was like, I kind of feel you. Like, so we actually didn't go because I don't want to be there because we left that last Sunday. That was our last feeling from freaking the Dolphins. I'm like, yeah, maybe we'll just wait one. All right, Justin, who you like and why?
Dolphins all the way in this game. I don't think the Cardinals have anybody that could hit hard enough to put Tua in the hospital.
To be fair, it was Damar Hamlin who put him out, so I don't know. Maybe they do. But Fred, who you like and why?
I'm just trying to, be a showman.
I'm raining on your parade, my bad.
I'm gonna go with Arizona, man. I know Tua's coming back. I know it's gonna be exciting down there, but they still got to prove that they can play. It's been a long time, and they're not looking good. I'll go with Arizona.
You're a hater. Greg, by the way, Miami is number 1 against the pass, just so you know. All right, Andrew, who you like and why?
I like the Dolphins. I just think it's going to be that they're going to come out and try to prove something, and I think we do get at least one good game with Tua. Getting Tyreek on fire, I think it's going to be, honestly, I think it's going to be a bloodbath. So I like the Dolphins by a lot.
Bloodbath indeed for America's team, the Miami Dolphins. I know I'm good because Greg and Fred are with the Cardinals. So this victory is assured indeed. Let's go on to the snore fest of the day. The Jets at the Patriots. Patriots lead the series 74-56-1. The Jets won back in September 24-3. They've won 2 in a row. Jets are favored by 7. Over under is 41. Justin, who you like and why?
The Jets, Jets. I mean, you got to.
Jets, Jets. Let's go to we got to do 2, so I'll go to you, Greg. Who do you like and why?
Listen, man, the Jets need to win. All this money we invested, all these players we brought in, and we're 2-5. Devontae Adams giving the game speech, only been there 3 days. Let's get it together, man.
Don Reddick's there.
Get it together against the sorry ass soft Patriots.
Our lone Patriots fan, LeDuc, is our lone wolf. Wait, no, he's not. I'm going to take that Patriots card and put it in my pocket because he even picks the Jets today.
The defense needs to prove it to me. I trust in Drake May at this point. I think he's all right, but the defense, honestly, that wide receiver room too, I talked about it on Friday. They're tripping right now. They think they good. They think they deserve money. They think they have the best hands in the league. Jalen Pogue, drop some more balls, motherfucker.
Tell us how you really feel. And Bill trying to get at me with his little Cardinals Dolphins comments. Fuck off, Bill. All right, let's go to the next one. Baltimore at Cleveland. Ravens lead the series 36-14. They split last year 33-31. Cleveland and 28-3 Baltimore. Ravens are favored by 8. The over-under is 45.5. So, LeDuc, who you like and why?
I like the Ravens, but I do think this game's going to be closer than a lot of people think. It's one of those division games. Jameis Winston's not afraid to go for it, and he always has a game up his sleeve. So I think this is going to be a close game, but the Ravens will pull it out with a late deep ball interception in true Jameis Winston fashion.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do think Jameis and Winston, and obviously in DFS too, could be a sneaky good play today. Ravens secondary is pretty soft. And as you mentioned, Jameis Winston is not afraid to fling it down the field. He'll throw about 3 interceptions, but he will throw a few picks or touchdowns every now and again too. So we'll see, but I don't think it's enough. But Fred, like I said, we'll do 2 for these hammers. You got any other reason why Baltimore is victorious today?
No, just exactly what you guys said. Give Winston maybe another game or 2 to come in against the Ravens. The first game, gonna have a little bit of a hard time.
So a shameless plug, on Wednesday, I do a show with Ben Troop called No Winnings in the Fall. We had a discussion on there regarding the Ravens because Alex White, betting expert, said that the best odds for the MVP was Lamar Jackson, and number 2 was Pat Mahomes, which just really shocks me because go look at Derrick Henry's stats. How is he not number 1 MVP right now? He's the one that makes his system go and makes his team so viable. So yeah, we all like to pay the Ravens today, and of course, on the back of the horse, Derrick Henry. I love it. All right, let's go to Eagles at the Bengals. The Eagles lead this series 9-3-2, and in fact, the last time they played was in 2020, and they tied 23-23. The Bengals are favored by 2.5, and the over/under is 47.5. Fred, who you like in this one and why?
And I think I believe. Let me see here. I did pick Philly. And this is going to be a close game. I think Philadelphia pulls it off. I don't know, man. My real reasoning was because I don't think Higgins is going to play today, and I think they could just double team Jamar Chase, and I think the Eagles pull out a squeaker last minute field goal type of game.
A squeaker, he says. All right, Greg, who you like and why?
Even with T. Higgins, on the mend, I think the Bengals have enough on offense to beat this team. So I'm going with the Bengals. I don't like betting against Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has been showing the last couple of games he's been getting it going. So I'm going to go with Burrow and the Bengals.
Justin, who you like?
Mute because I'm coughing all the time. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I agree with Greg. I mean, this is a must-have for the Bengals. I mean, if the Bengals really want to be a wild card team at this point, they got to get this W because the Steelers aren't stopping, the Ravens aren't stopping, and the Browns. I don't want to talk about the Browns, but anyways, yeah, the Bengals need to get this game, and it's a very winnable game. The Eagles are really not that great on defense.
Ledoux?
Sorry, Mary Jane.
I do like the Eagles in this game. I don't disagree that this is a must-have game for the Bengals, but I think Joe Burrow treats it just like he did with that haircut decision. It was not a must-have for that fucking Slim Shady hair. So give me the Eagles.
Well, so funny thing about Mary Jane is that she has a big trial next week. So she was up late last night, and she, as loud as I've been, is still over here snoring. So let you know how knocked out she is. All right, so here it is, of course, Leduc. I'm not sleeping on the couch and I'm hitting Eagles. Fred goes Eagles, and our 2 guys at the bottom. The bottom of the picks are going Bengals. So we can rest assured a Philly win today. Let's go to the Texans facing the Colts at home. Colts lead the series 33-12-1. The Texans won back in week 1, 29-27. The Texans are favored by 5, and the over/under is 45. Greg, who you like and why?
I like the Texans, man. I think this is with CJ Stroud. He's been having that kind of funky, fluky season where he's doing just enough, but I think this is his breakout game. So I like the Texans this week.
Justin, give us another reason why we're putting his hammer on the Texans.
The Colts rushing defense sucks, and Joe Mixon has been amazing. So I'm going to go with the Texans in this one.
Yeah, I was talking about him last night to my son because he has Joe Mixon, wondering, in his flexi position. I was like, absolutely, it's such a tasty matchup. Why would you not? Got to go Texans all day. in that one. All right, we got a fantasy question here from our boy Dylan. What up to you, my friend? Thanks for waking up with us. Full PPR. He's got different leagues. You start 2 in the flex: Bateman, Adunze, Shakir, and Olave. And then start 1 flex: Javonte Williams, Bateman, Kometz, or Ertz. All right, I'll go to you, Justin. Since you just took your swig of water, what do you think?
Excellent. For this one, I'm all about getting somebody like Bateman out there, especially with the news that Zay Flowers might be hindered. Bateman had a big game, and I think it's gonna be a back and forth. The Browns' defense has been pretty good, and then I'm teetering between Shakir and Olave. Olave offers more upside, but Shakir, with the quarterback situation, offers more certainty. So I think I'll probably lead Shakir on this one. They seem to be mixing in all their receivers very well with the addition of Amari Cooper. And then, am I taking both questions?
Yeah, go ahead. Get on it.
Okay, cool. And then I'll go with Javonte Williams. I just love that matchup against Carolina. Carolina, by the way, 9 touchdowns in the last 4 games to running backs. They have been miserable against the running back game. So all the way, Javonte Williams.
Oh, yeah. You have a great day today. All right, he's got another question here. Let's go LeDuc for the QB one. He wants to start 1 QB, 2 running backs, 1 receiver, 1 flex. So how about for QB? Tua, Daniels, if he plays, or Kirk?
You went to me because you knew I was confident in saying Tua, and you just wanted to hear Tua's name again.
I was going to go to Fred, so
I am going to say Tua here, though. I do, like I said, I do like the Kirk Cousins play this week, but there's a feeling in the air that Tua is going to go crazy with Tyreek Hill to appease the gods. So Tua this week barely over Kirk.
To appease the gods, indeed. All right, so Fred, will go to you on. He's got to start 2 RBs, 1 receiver, and 1 flex out of that mix of Jacobs, Dobbins, K9, Garrett Wilson, Terry, Scary, Hopkins, Dell, and Dobbs. This might be too complicated for Fred this morning. So
it's a lot of names.
Tag me in, Fred. Tag me in.
Oh, he's on mute. You're on mute, Fred.
I'm gonna start Dobbins because
He's back on mute again.
Listen, you can't bench Kenneth Walker and you can't bench J.K. Dobbins. They can't get it together. I got you, Fred. I got you. Kenneth Walker, J.K. Dobbins, lock them in.
Last week I couldn't go on mute, and this week I'm on mute every single time.
Get it together, Fred. Get it together. You're worse than the Jets defense right now, bro. Get it together, bro.
I don't understand it.
Oh my god.
I think out of the mix here, I'm definitely benching Dell and Dobbs, and out of the mix there. So if that's where we're heading down. So anyway, thanks for clearing that up for us, Greg. All right, Justin, we'll go back to you. We got one more here from Virginia man. D-Hop, Marv, or Pop D at flex? Pop D.
No Pop D. I don't know why Pop D is even on here. Pop D.
Here we go again.
No.
What was it, 2 weeks ago? I think that's the only question I think we ever heard all week. But if that's Marvin Harrison Jr., I mean, again, this could be one of those back and forth fire, great games. So I mean, I think I'd be feeling that. Go ahead.
I think I have to disagree on that one. I've drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. and I have just not felt the effects of his positive fantasy output in a couple weeks. So I'm going to go with D-Hop because right away, Andy Reid said in his press conference, why can't we use him right now? And I'm looking at that like, oh, the Raiders are going to get it. The Raiders are going to get it. It's going to be a 300-yard game where it's just going to be touchdowns. I'm going with D-Hop.
Okay.
I think Kelsey could have a vintage game too, by the way.
Yeah,
I think D-Hop's going to open that up for him.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, how he fits in there. Bill wanted to say no contest today. Mr. Crablegs will play like FSU. Fire sale in Cincinnati. Higgins to the Commanders. That'd be interesting. Burrows is on offense. Cincinnati's defense is garbage. Yeah, can't disagree with that. All right, let's go to the next one here. Tennessee at Detroit. Titans lead the series 10-3. Last time they played was in 2020. Titans won 46-25. They've actually won 6 in a row. Lions are favored by 11.5. The over/under is 45. I forgot where I'm at. Let's go to Fred. Who wins this and why?
Unmute, Fred. Unmute.
Detroit wins. They're at home and they're monsters. That is
I don't even need the 2 for this one. Let's go Lions all day in this particular matchup. Definitely like that a lot. Indeed. All right, let's go. I think that Titans offense is just that putrid. All right, let's go Atlanta Falcons at the Bucks. The series is tied 31-31. Falcons won the last game 36-30 just a few weeks ago. Falcons are favored by 2.5. The over under is 46. And by the way, they won in overtime. Let's go to LeDuc on this one. Which one of these teams do you like and why?
Yeah, I've been back and forth on this one, but I think it's going to be very similar to the last game. The Falcons, I think, do take this on the road. Even though part of me does want to say the Bucks, I just think the Falcons are going to just be a little too much today.
All right, Fred, who you like and why?
For different reasons, I like Tampa Bay. They're at home. I know they lost a couple of receivers, but I mean, does Atlanta really scare you? Do you feel like they definitely going to win the game? No, I think they rely on the run a little bit, and we get a little bit of more of Sterling Sharp this week.
All right, Greg, who you like?
I mean,
Sterling Sharp. I think
my bad.
He's been retired for like 20 years.
The dead. Greg, who you like?
I like the Falcons, man. I think Baker's going to make the game interesting. I like, the tight end Otton this week, but I think the Falcons do just enough with Bijan, Drake, Kyle Pitts to overcome and win the game. And Sterling Sharp, Fred, start him in your lineup, baby.
Sterling Sharp, indeed. All right, Justin, who you like and why? Justin?
Falcons all day. Falcons all day. It's just a
Justin,
healthier team. Last time, what was that? Are we on a different game?
Yo, Justin's sick, isn't he?
He's so sick and he's fighting through it.
Just move on.
Oh yeah, bro.
That makes Fred our lone pirate this week. Dead man tell no tales. He's going to.
That graphic is sick.
He thinks he's
good,
going
right?
to pull it off this week with the Bucks. Thank you, Fred, for making me and LeDuc expand our lead with that one. All right, let's go to the next one. New Orleans at the Chargers. Chargers are lead the series 7-6. The last time they played was in 2020. The Saints won 30-27 in OT. They've won 4 in a row, but the Chargers favored by 7, and the over/under is 41. So, Greg, who you like in this one and why?
It's funny to me. One thing that New Orleans always used to rely on is their defense, and this year the defense has not been showing up, man. So I'm going with the Chargers. I like J.K. Dobbins to have a big game. I like Justin Herbert to have a decent game, but I think they do enough to get the victory over today.
Hammer it down on this one. No need to go any further. The Chargers with the Saints, who started out really hot. We're really, surprised to see their quick downfall, quite frankly, looking like one of the worst teams in the league right now. We all like the Chargers in this one. All right, let's go to the next one. Buffalo at Seattle. Seahawks lead the series 8-6. Last time they played was in 2020. The Bills won 44-34. Bills are favored by 3, and the over/under is 45. Justin, who you like and why?
Thank you. You gave me this game. I love the Bills in this game. I think that the DK Metcalf injury is going to open the door for Jake Bobo, though. I just want to say this prop bet here. Anytime touchdown plus 400, Jake Bobo. Last time DK Metcalf was he had a hell of a game, and he's been slowly incorporated into this offense as kind of their fourth receiver. So he and Geno have repertoire before, and I think this game's just going to go off. It's going to be a fantasy palooza. So I like the Bills in this game, and Jake Bobo at plus 400, anytime touchdown.
Jake Bobo siding from Justin. Gotta love it. What do you think, LeDuc?
I'm also on the Bills here. I am not as high on Jake Bobo, but I like the Bills in this game. I think it's Cooper's going to continue to get indoctrinated into this offense, and he's going to be a good play today.
Fred, who you like and why?
I think.
Oh, Lord.
Why did I put Seattle? Did I send you the right pick?
That's what
All
you
right.
said.
All right. Well, I'm picking Seattle. They're at home. It's gonna be rainy today. I think the cross country trip's gonna hurt the Bills a little bit, and yeah, Seattle pulls it off today.
You gotta love when someone doesn't know what they picked, and then once they like on the spot, Fred. I'm impressed. Like actually built a case for Seattle. What do you think, Greg?
I feel so confident in my pick after Freddie and that great analysis right there, Freddie. Jeez. I picked Seattle because they're at home. Buffalo's flying across county.
I just said that.
I mean, across the country, and it's going to take a toll on them. And that 12th man in Seattle is going to make a difference.
I just said everything I said.
Huge game. Okay? Huge game.
Ironically, this pick lines up just the order of the who has the most wins in our pick segment. So Leduc and I are going with the Bills.
Wait a minute. No.
Justin said
why do I have Seattle above me?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Oh, man, I'll have to look. I have my bad. Maybe I.
Why am I at the bottom?
That's not true. I always go back. That's not true.
Justin had the most definitive argument too.
Let's go.
Justin and Fred got the same pick. I'm done.
Leduc, let's go to
that dude.
I'm talking about Fred.
I don't know which one he's talking about, but
I love it. All right, he says he lives in Miami, so you love to hear the Bills. I feel you, Caperline. Absolutely. America's team, the Miami Dolphins. By the way, let's go to Leduc. He's got a question I was just about to get to. He said, "Good morning, beautiful people. Appreciate you. Who you like today out of this, McMillan or Dell?"
I'm gonna say McMillan. I want to quickly check that. Is Dell even fully healthy at this point?
Yeah, he's playing today. I only know because I sadly have him in one of my teams. So he is.
So you know what? Since he's healthy, I actually am going to switch. I'm going to play Tank Dell here. It's close though, but I'm going to play Tank Dell as just a safer floor.
Oh, they make me sick. Tank Dell all year, bro. Like I was expecting so much out of him, bro. It just done nada. So yeah, and to be honest with the McMillan, because we always hear I've been hearing a lot about people starting him this week and everyone's high on him, but the fact is we don't really know what this Bucs offense is going to look like quite yet. So I don't know if I'm expecting gangbuster performance when you just don't know where he's going to fit in this system and what he looks like. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. The Bucs should be, and they messed up the schedule messed up for the Bucs, because if the Rams didn't look so good on Thursday night, they should have been on the phone getting Cooper Kupp over there, since they don't have Chris Godwin. And that's basically the role he played, was the Cooper Kupp role. So it would be good to have Cooper Kupp in that role. So, unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen now. Bucs definitely are going to be searching, but I don't know McMillan is the answer, or is it Sterling Shepard, or we just don't know who it's going to be. So, he's a scary play. I would say. Look at our boy Brad in the house too. Good morning to you, my friend. It's ironic that you are here because we are about to bring up the Bears against the Commanders. The Commanders lead the series 27-25-1. Last time they played was last year. The Bears won 40-20. The Bears are favored by 2.5, and the over-under is 43.5. Justin, who you like and why?
Why are you picking on Justin, man? Justin could barely breathe.
I'm gonna go with the Bears.
It's just his turn.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, G. Man, OJ, you already know. I'm trying to save my breath for my final segment of the day, but I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm gonna go with Caleb Williams. He's looking like a lot better pick right now, especially with Jaden being injured. The Bears are rolling, and I like what they're doing. The Commanders, while they are still doing very well, an injured quarterback changes everything for every team.
Absolutely. All right, Fred, we'll go to you. Who do you like and why?
I'm rolling with Washington. I think just they've been hot. They're playing at home. Number 1 versus number 2 in the draft picks. I think Jaden shows why he should have been number 1.
All right. Who do you like, Leduc?
So I picked the Commanders. With the sketchiness around the Daniels injury now, though, I kind of wish I picked the Bears, but I'll stick with the Commanders, and it's going to be a close game.
Greg, I already know you're a Commander writer, but
listen, man, I think I picked him before knowing Daniel was going to be hurt. But I think Marcus Mariota does just enough in that offense with Cliff Kingsbury. I think they do enough to beat the Bears. I think Mariota had a decent game. He didn't fuck it up. So I think they can beat the Bears.
Mariota, not Jane Daniels. And apparently I was on gummies when I did the graphics this week because I put myself as the lone bear for this matchup. But apparently I'm not the only one. So my bad, Justin. And I did double check while you were talking too, because I'm like, for real, bro? I got 2 of these wrong? Like, what is going on? So,
bro, you
right,
hitting those 200 milligram ones or something, bro? Like, I'm really starting to look at my record and go, wait a minute.
That's fair. That's fair. You can do some research by all means. Hit it up. All right, let's go next. Chiefs at the Raiders. Chiefs lead the series 73-55-2. They've split the series last year, 20-14 Raiders and 31-17 Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 9.5. Over under is 41. Leduc, who you like and why?
Slaughter Chiefs, easy.
Love it. All right. Brad says, going through Halloween candy with my kids. So I have a question: start or sit? Sour Patch Kids or Reese's peanut butter cups? I mean,
hey, you gotta start with Reese's.
You can't go wrong with the Reese's.
Yeah. All right, Justin, agree?
Oh yeah, Reese's all day long. And then you know what Sour Patch Kids are good for? Sour Patch Kids are good for movie theaters, bro. Those are the best movie theater candy right there. But true. Reese's Pieces, that's the candy you start with all day long.
All day.
It's peanut butter cups, but tomato. All right, Leduc, what do you think?
I'm going to go probably Lone Wolf here. I'm going to say Sour Patch Kids. I love Reese's peanut butter cups, but I've been almost kind of bored with peanut butter cups recently. Give me the Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, my God. Listen. There is
what do you have, like a stock in your back room or something? How are you bored of them?
It's not. Listen, Reese's peanut butter cups are not only number one in this, they are probably almost number one overall on Halloween candy.
And then you put them in the fridge. You put them in the fridge.
Thank you.
I don't disagree. I love them, but the last couple times I've had one, I've just been like, I don't need another one.
Nobody want no Sour Patch or some lollipop. I don't want none of that. I want chocolate when I go trick or treating. And there's nothing better than, like Fred said, because you be throwing that bag in the fridge and finding that Reese's peanut butter cup nice and cold. Oh man, you gotta love it, man. Bump that damn Sour Patch nonsense. And Justin, are you for real? Like movie theater candy, you got to go Junior Mints and popcorn like all day. Just get the mix, the salty and the sweet mix, bro. That's the number one right there.
I like chocolate covered almonds.
You want toothpaste and salt, bro? Come on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The Junior Mints and popcorn, that's a weird mix.
That's right. Hey, I like to find out.
No, I like Junior Mints, but with the popcorn, I'm not. I don't know. M&M's and the popcorn, I'm down.
Popcorn?
I'm telling you right now. Just try it one time. Let you know. All right, Justin and Coop, let's go. Of course, we got that. He said Bills, but Josh throws 2 interceptions today. From the Bills win. All right, let's go on
Bill,
to
that's
the next
almost mandatory at this point.
Carolina at did I even say we all hammered the Chiefs?
No, we did not.
We assumed that one.
We all hammered that, the game. Like, come on, that's easy. All right, let's go.
Oh, geez, I thought I was going to pick the Raiders in that one.
That's fair. Panthers at Broncos. Broncos lead the series 6-2. Last time they played was in 2022. Panthers won 23-10. Broncos are favored by 11. The over-under is 41. What say you, Justin?
Bill's going to love this.
Broncos, indeed. We'll hammer it down. And Brad, thank you for your comments, by the way. We appreciate you. By the way, any Bears fans that are watching, go check out the Unbearable podcast hosted by Brad. Very good friend of the show. Hammer down the Broncos. Not much analyzing going on here other than, like I mentioned earlier, you got to love Javonte Williams in this matchup for fantasy purposes and DFS purposes. He's still coming in as a cheap play. Cowboys at the Niners. 49ers lead the series 20-19-1. Can't get no closer than that. Last time they played was last year. 49ers won 42-10. They won 3 in a row. 49ers are favored by 4.5. The over-under is 47. Let's go to Fred. Who do you like in this one and why?
I like the 49ers. They're at home. Dallas is not impressive. Their defense is no good. Mike is still not playing. I think just 49ers just pull it out.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need much analyzing again with this one. The Cowboys, crazy enough, have been one of the worst teams in the NFL. And the 49ers, we all just hammered that one down this week. Yeah. All right, let's go to the last one, the Monday night kind of delight. Giants at Steelers. Giants lead the series 44-31-1. Last time they played was in 2020. Steelers won 26-16. They won 3 in a row. Steelers are favored by 6. The over-under is 36.5. LeDuc, who you like and why?
Keep it short and sweet. The Steelers.
Indeed. Greg, anything to add to that?
Listen, this is why Mike Tomlinson gets paid the big bucks. Who would have thought Russell Wilson would have made that much of a difference in that offense? I like the Steelers.
All right. Sounds good. I mean, again, this is not one we need a lot of analyzing with. Russell Wilson looked pretty good in the Steelers, according to Bandy, though,
Yes,
and the Broncos. But yeah, you got to like the Steelers in this matchup. So, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to close things out today with a very special segment, Halloween style. We're gonna take off, the rest of us, because I'm a little scared who's about to come in and join our show today. So thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you. Make sure you can send any lineup questions to us as well online. We'll be sure to answer them as well. But to close our show, we have a little Halloween fun in store for you today. Not Fantasy Jesus will be joining us. It's about to be fantasy. I'm already stuttering. I'm so nervous. It's Fantasy Satan here today, ladies and gentlemen, to close things out for Halloween. Happy Halloween to you and all. We appreciate you. See us next Friday and next Sunday as well. But let's close things out with some Halloween fun with Fantasy Satan.
I'm here to save fantasy rosters.
Production back there. Hello, TSS family. Were you expecting somebody holier than thou? Well, I gave that jabroni a week off. And guess what? I'm here on Hell on Earth in MetLife Stadium to give you your 5 DFS picks for week number 8. Let's get it kicked off with Patrick Mahomes. Now, Patrick Mahomes, hell hath no fury, like Kermit the Frog scorned. And Patrick Mahomes is going to be fighting the end zone very frequently against the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, we don't know if the Las Vegas Raiders still have the player that did what he did, but guess what? All will be held accountable today. So get Patrick Mahomes in your lineup. Then we got Javonte Williams against the Carolina Panthers. That's right. A terrible Carolina Panthers defense that has allowed 9 touchdowns in the last 4 games. Javonte Williams is a very devilish taste of DFS glory today for you. Then finally, we got Jalen Waddle. And you're going to want to waddle with Jalen Waddle today. He is a very cheap asset for the Miami Dolphins, and Arizona cannot guard anybody this year. So go out and get yourself the cheaper end of the Dolphins receiving core. Then we have David Njoku. And maybe the most devilish thing about this is that finally Deshaun Watson has been let go, and he is in whatever massage clinic he is in now. And now David Njoku is set free to terrorize the Baltimore Ravens weak secondary. And finally, we have the Broncos defense. And all I got to say is that Carolina makes MetLife Stadium look like heaven sometimes, because I can only imagine how much those fans feel like they are truly in hell watching the Panthers play on any given Sunday. So that has been your 5 DFS picks from your one, your only sinister fantasy Satan. May you have a happy sinning game.